jazzing up your day with a touch of soul. The Living Room on 938 Live.
Welcome into the Living Room on 938 Live, and congratulations are in order. I'm feeling a bit scared, you know. Citira's really fit and she's looking radiant. She's the mother of three. She's an Australian of Indonesian descent, and she's overcome the odds and other challenges to triumph in the first series of this unique reality TV show called Fit for Fashion. So she's joining us for a chat today. Thanks so much for coming in so early, Citira.
Thank you for having me.
You're looking like you're the early bird sort, right?
I am.
Yeah? So I'm not quite awake. So pardon funny questions, if at all. Fit for Fashion's a reality TV show that was recently concluded on Star World, hosted by Louise Rowe. So after 10 grueling weeks of competition, some nutso things they made you do. Building rafts, I believe, climbing water fountains, something craziness.
Hanging from bridges. Yeah.
So maybe you could explain it to us a wee bit. Why was it called Fit for Fashion? Because it sounded as though they were just putting you through some physical paces more than anything else. But there was a fashion element to it as well, right?
It was even-sided. It was 50% about fitness challenges and 50% about fashion challenges. As much as there was the fitness first education and training, we had these Fit for Fashion experts and mentors that were helping us with the fashion challenges. But ultimately, the show is about taking ordinary people and transforming them into their best version of themselves.
Oh, I thought you'd have to be a fit model in order to, for a show called Fit for Fashion. So prior to this competition, what were you doing? Just raising the kids and being happy? And you look like you are somebody who has always been interested in being fit and healthy.
I've always had a love for fitness. You know, I've been a very active young child and, I'm passionate about exercise. However, before the show, I was just a stay-at-home mum, and I don't mean that's a full-time job. However, I was in struggle town with my health and fitness. I was really in a bad place, and it wasn't just my physical aspect. It was that I was lacking in self-esteem and emotionally just lacking that confidence.
Why though? I mean, what happened? Was it just the weight of life? Sometimes life gets to us, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's been, a few years since I lifted a weight. So the only lifting I do is a cup. So
there was definitely that element to it. It is hard raising a family, and as the kids get older, it brings different challenges. And I think the other aspect was that I used to be very fit, and I had an accident. I'd hurt myself, and I'd lost my fitness. And I
find that hard to believe. If you looked at Citira, she could knock the wind out of you in 2 punches, maybe. So was that a tough journey, though? Was that a tough journey?
It was, because I had to accept that I had put on this weight, and I'd put that weight on through no one else's fault but my own, but there were underlying reasons behind that. And the confidence aspect as well was that revelation that through the fashion challenges, we were really tested to find that confidence. However, it was the fitness aspect of it, and working with the trainers on the show and the trainers at Fitness First, giving us that vital, energetic, healthy body back, gave us that innate confidence in ourselves.
You talked about how the show was 50-50, sort of 50% means you have to be physically fit, and 50% of it had people coming in and maybe talking you through the fashion aspects and all that. Which do you think was more important, you reckon? When you're fit, you feel beautiful, or if you had the right dress on, you feel beautiful? Which do you think weighed a bit more?
Well, I think for me, the fitness was the biggest journey for me. And it wasn't just the physical aspect, it was the mental and emotional aspect. However, what surprised me in the fashion challenges was that it tapped into so many other aspects. It wasn't just about how you looked. It was these emotional and psychological elements of these challenges that brought different things out in us that really surprised me, And I think, again, having the expert input from Fitness First and from our Fit for Fashion judges and gurus, our mentors, just gave us so many invaluable life lessons that we took into our daily lives. We weren't expecting. We really didn't anticipate, like, walking a runway would somehow reflect in our daily lives, you know, bringing that energy and bringing that confidence and being able to take on something new and having that courage, you know, it was incredible.
How was the family reacting to you being part of the show? Were the kids walking with you and practicing their catwalks too?
You know, you're spot on. They were.
Teaching you a thing or two, I'm sure, as well.
What surprised me was my little one. He's a bit of a selfie king, you know. He likes to take a good
Fashionista, is he?
picture.
All right.
And he caught me posing in front of the mirror one day, and he's like, "What are you doing, Mum?" And I
It's
was
all
like,
wrong, isn't it? He
yes,
said to you.
Yep, he gave me pointers. He was like, "No, like this, and no, don't make that face. That's weird."
Fantastic. We're chatting with the winner of Fit for Fashion. I think congratulations are in order. We've been a little bit slow with that, so congratulations on winning Fit for Fashion. There's a huge monetary reward as well. I want to find out what Citira is going to be doing with that moolah in just a bit. Stay with us on The Living Room, 938 Live.
The Living Room on 938 Live. Time now to rejoin The Living Room on 938 Live.
Thanks for staying with us on The Living Room on 938 Live. We're chatting with the winner, Fit for Fashion. It's a reality TV show that's showed recently on Star World, hosted by Louise Rose, where mother of three, Citira Corrigan, won the whole thing. Also, she's $100,000 richer. We're wondering, of course, as we rub our hands with glee, Citira, what you're going to do with the money.
You know, it's going to sound pretty mundane and pretty pragmatic, but I'm mum of three. It's expensive raising children. You know?
College education and all that coming up, right?
So, you know, that money is going to go to, you know, paying off our debt, which is going to relieve so much financial burden. And then, you know, I really want to invest in myself again, and I want to complete my studies so that I have the skills and qualifications to pursue my dream career, which is something that I really connected with on the show, that it's not too late for me. So I want to be able to go into a career that I love and also be empowered to earn and provide for my family. So that $100,000 is going to go a long way.
What are you going to be studying?
I want to be finishing off writing for film and television, so my Bachelor of Communication.
Excellent. Might be seeing you not so much on TV again, perhaps behind the scenes.
A little of column A, a little of column B. I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed being in front of the camera.
Especially after your kid taught you how to pose properly, being the selfie king. So what was the toughest part of being on the show, though? We talked about how earlier in life you had an accident and getting fit again was a bit of a challenge. What about in the show? It looked as though everyone was pretty fit, but everyone still had issues doing some of the challenges that were imposed on you.
For me, it was definitely being away from my boys. You know, they're the lights of my life, and I had not been away from them for so long. So that was really a challenge for me, and I was missing them terribly. However, I mean, how often do you get whisked away to live on a luxurious resort, Tanjung Resort, in this beautiful island in Malaysia? So, you know, there were times when I really had to kind of check myself and say, you know, just stay focused, and use this time to concentrate on yourself. But
how, though? You know, a lot of the times it's easy to say, I suppose, oh, just stay focused, be mentally strong. It's always the how, because I can imagine you're probably sitting there missing the kids, and other contestants might be feeling the same thing too. And it's a lot about mental strength beyond the physical as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to lie. You see it on the show. I do have a bit of a meltdown, you know, and getting to see them, you know, it just gave me back that kind of motivation, you know, and it reignited my spirit. But a lot of the time it was literally blocking out that feeling and then saying to myself, I would give myself time at the end of the day before I go to sleep to miss them, and know that I could just look forward to thinking about them then. But yeah, it's incredible mental strength to be able to...
Sounds like that would be the toughest part of being a part of something like this.
For me, it definitely was. I think it was different for different contestants, but for my experience, that was the toughest part, being away from those boys.
But you triumphed indeed, and also won the most valuable player in episode 4. What was that like? That must have been a wee bit of a boost halfway through this grueling challenge to be recognized like that.
I think for any of us, just getting any props from any of the judges was just like, whoo, you know, it was
They
an
were a little
advantage in
tough. They seemed a little tough.
But then you have the other side of the coin, which is, you know, if you got too much props or too much recognition, you'd have other competitors start to give you sidelong glances because...
Oh, we call it the stink eye, all right?
You know, in many ways, sometimes being the underdog was better because, you know, it didn't destabilize, you know, relationships that you formed with contestants, you know. But it's a part of any competition.
Was it challenging too, the relationships between contestants? I mean, I'm sure you formed some, but at the end of the day, it was a competition. You were in competition with some of these people whom you probably had started to really like.
I think take the element of the Fit for Fashion TV competition out of it. You just throw 12 people in a space coming from so many different walks of life, different age groups, different cultural contexts. It's going to be hard to get along with everyone. Come on. Like, you know, it's going to take some time. But also, you know, in the Fit for Fashion environment, it's a pressure bubble. You know, it is a competition and we are competing for high stakes. So there is going to be friction. And, you know, I honestly believe, though, we were so fortunate to have been in a group of people that it was so much more supportive and there was more camaraderie than what I was expecting from a lot of these reality TV shows.
Oh dear, yeah. The voyeurs in us have seen how on reality TV shows people just are at each other's throats a lot of the time. So it was a great thing that you managed to form friendships and really connect with people. Any advice as we cross our fingers for Fit for Fashion Season 2? Hopefully it's coming up soon. Advice for people joining in the competition, thinking, might there be some preconceived ideas that were completely debunked for you?
I would say to everyone who is looking to audition for Season 2 Fit for Fashion, be yourself. You know, be open to the process and trust the process. And I think that was a really significant thing for me, that I just really gave myself into the process, which can be difficult for anyone. Doesn't matter where you're coming from, doesn't matter whether you're a full-time mother or whether you're working in a corporate environment. Just allowing other people to take you on this journey and, you know, letting go of the reins and trusting a process that, you know, fitness first experts, Fit for Fashion, fashion experts, these people know what they're doing. And I think it would just
if you're going to trust anyone, it'd be them, right?
Exactly. They know their stuff. They know the business. So just absolutely go for it. Give yourself to the process and just feel incredibly blessed to have that opportunity.
Before we go, fitness tips for people who perhaps like me have, thought about it and just thought about it and just continue thinking about it. I know it's the just get off the chair and do it. But what else could, you know, motivate a person perhaps in my position?
I would say, you know, surround yourself with people that subscribe to it, you know.
Okay.
Be having a community. I know that's not tough, but you know, you are the company you keep, and what better company than being in a fitness first gym where you have such support and you have these amazing classes, you know, and there is this community that's created. And I think once you make that a lifestyle, it's not about whether deciding, am I going to work out or am I not going to work out? It's routine, just like brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, or, you know, changing your underwear.
So if we could do that, why can't we just work out, right?
You know, again, any workout is a good workout, you know, so even if...
Some is better than none.
Exactly.
Okay, sounds good to us. Advice from the winner from Fit for Fashion, a TV reality show on Star World that concluded recently with Citira Corrigan winning the whole package, $100,000 going to her education and her kids' education. And fingers crossed for Citira as she embarks on the next chapters of her life. She's going to be... I don't know, you don't know, you'll never know. See her on TV again while she manipulates the camera or is in front of it again. Citira, thanks so much for joining us today. And again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Looking at life from a different perspective. The Living Room on 938 Live.